The convenience store scene from Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me is a surreal horror scene giving abstract exposition to the Twin Peaks story and the plot of the prequel film. Lynch achieves a surreal approach with a combination of score and experimental sound design. The scene introduces the villains of the series through a vision had by David Bowie's character.
I'm not going to talk about Judy. In fact, we're not going to talk about Judy at all.
Conventional dialogue and ambient music represent the real world. The scene has a clear difference between reality and dreams, and this is reflected in the audio.
We're going to keep her out of it.
Gordon?
I know, Coop! Who do you think this is there?
Radio or TV static is used to show the transition between worlds and works as an audio-based storytelling technique. Along with the static, a separate score is introduced for the dream, which crossfades into the original ambience with the static masking the transition.
Suffered some bumps in the old noggin, eh, Phil?
What the hell did he say there, Albert? That's Special Agent Dale Cooper.
A variety of sound effects are used to introduce different characters, all of them mixing into the score, such as a monstrous animal-like roar to introduce the jumping man.
For God's sakes, Jeffries, where the hell have you been? You've been gone damn near 2 years.
I sure as hell want to tell you everything.
Bowie's ADR that was once character dialogue has become narration or voiceover as the Foley begins.
Garman Bosie. This is the farm.
Oh, believe me, I follow.
Is this cover?
Foley and dream-like dialogue is introduced, and the conventional dialogue of the real world and the Lynchian reverse dialogue begin to overlap. This effect adds depth and dimensions to the scene, with a clear distinction between the visuals on screen and the voiceover dialogue describing it. The character of the Arm is introduced with his famous reverse speech and a jazz saxophone motif that invokes his original appearance in the show. The audio in this scene represents duality, with the horror-influenced strings mixed with the jazz saxophone from the piece theme from Fire Walk With Me, and the reversed audio clashing with the ordinary. The reverse speech is created by speaking into a sound recorder, reversing it and then repeating the reversed enunciation, which is then itself reversed, giving forward pronunciation with the unmistakable artifacts of reversed recording. This is a stylistic choice both to add a sense of surrealism and disconnect with the audience, and a characteristic to those in the Black Lodge in the film.
A convenience store.
Foley is also reversed, as demonstrated by the woodsman clapping, which helps to amplify the dreamlike atmosphere. The static sound effect intensifies as the scene progresses, and blends with the Foley and the music to create a semi-diegetic soundtrack.
I'll go baby down. No, I found something.
The dream ends with a small thud as the monkey is revealed,
And then there they were.
which acts as a play in the traditional jump scare, adding a sense of horror to this characteristically surreal scene. The scene ends with the visuals transitioning again to the real world, and the music dips as Bowie performs an animal-like scream that mirrors the sound effect used for the jumping man earlier. The static sound again comes to the forefront, bookending the scene.